A shared maintenance agreement for septic systems in tiny house parks protects neighbors and saves money while keeping systems compliant and functioning. A good maintenance agreement should define which systems are covered, the service frequency, and who pays. So start by mapping every tank, drain field, and aerobic treatment unit and attaching that map to the contract. Require scheduled pump outs and inspections at clearly stated intervals based on system type and occupancy, for example every 3 years for conventional systems and every 6 months for aerobic treatment units, and specify responsible parties for scheduling. Build a shared service plan with one provider to ensure consistent maintenance practices, spare parts availability, and a single point of contact for emergency response. Negotiate a fixed annual rate or service window to avoid surprise bills. Create a rotating reserve fund replenished from monthly or quarterly contributions so repairs and permit costs do not fall on one owner. Set the target fund level by estimating the life expectancy of critical components and typical repair costs in your region. Keep centralized records that include as-built drawings, permits, inspection reports, pump-out receipts, and maintenance logs, and store them in a shared cloud folder or community binder, so any manager or vendor can quickly access system history. Designate a responsible manager or vendor with authority to approve emergency work up to a preset cost threshold and require immediate owner notification procedures for health or contamination risks. Include clear transfer and termination terms, so when a tiny house changes hands, the buyer inherits disclosures and dues obligations, and so the community can replace a departing owner with minimal administrative friction. Common mistakes are vague scope and responsibility language, which leads to disputes, so resolve that by writing explicit coverage lists, service frequencies, payment terms, and failure response protocols into the agreement. Another frequent issue is underfunding the reserve, which results in deferred repairs and system failures, so set conservative contribution rates, review them annually, and model worst-case scenarios to adjust funding before a crisis. A third problem is inconsistent vendor work and record keeping that hides trends and liabilities, so require one contracted provider or a vetted rotation. Mandate standardized service reports after each visit, and store every record centrally with version backups. BigHomeProjects.com helps tiny home communities find local contractors and post or compare shared maintenance options. And we host a discussion community where owners and managers exchange templates, vendor experiences, and cost estimates. We connect contractors seeking work with communities managing septic systems so both sides can find practical matches and ongoing projects.